I got 2 donkey videos I want to watch. First one is Overwatch 2, Don't Be Doo-Doo. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Overwatch 2, Don't Be Doo-Doo. For some reason, there's a fucking Valorant clip on my screen.
Multiplayer games is so low right now that the bar for multiplayer games is so low right now that people are playing Valorant.
Okay, that's why I said it. Valorant's not that bad. Hold up.
The big game when it launches, but are we going to be playing this game for a couple weeks or a couple years?
Couple weeks.
Overwatch was a great.
It'll be a couple weeks because it went from 1.1 million viewers to 9.9 thousand in like 4 days for the beta.
I put over 1,000 hours.
Same. I put too much time in Overwatch.
If Overwatch 2 is a couple new maps and some heroes, I will be very disappointed. First, let's talk about the new co-op. From what I can tell, co-op is the prime.
That's exactly what it is, buddy. Oh, the next video is like after the beta had came out, so I guarantee he'll probably touch on his disappointment.
Primary focus of Overwatch 2. Like I said before, the most interesting part of this game to me is the roster. You have all of these different characters with different play styles, and I think by focusing more on PvE, you can really get
the PvE will be so much fun.
Making every hero feel broken in their own way.
Make them broken, 100%.
And Roadhog could hook players that were playing on different maps.
Fun as
fuck. He could throw that dumbass hit around corners, and then once he pulled you in, he just one-shot you. It was hilarious. It was awesome. And it was
fucking pretty great.
Broken. What's nice about PvE is that you can allow characters to
be
and really
I got nose hair
on empowering the player. During BlizzCon, they showed off this new skill tree.
And the skill tree for PvE is going to be fucking insane. The way that you can level up these characters, you should be able to make them 100% broken in PvE. Just the most overpowered forms of these characters.
It seems like the overarching goal of the co-op mode is to level up each individual character, and as you level up, you'll get to select talents on the skill tree, like my favorite games, Warcraft and League of Legends. If the talents on the skill tree are some bullshit like do 10% more headshot damage or move slightly faster, I don't think that is going to motivate anyone to level up. But if it's goofy shit, like this boulder move that May has, that is awesome.
That's what I
want.
want.
Me want to get May to the max level now. The talent
and turn her into a fucking ball and just roll over everybody. I gotta sneeze.
It makes it so his shield heals him when it has over 50% health.
Broken!
It doesn't sound super exciting, but it does incentivize you to use the shield. And I think this is one of the 100%. Areas where Blizzard really needs to step it up is practicality. Overwatch 2 needs to be developed around how players actually play Overwatch instead of developing the game around how you're supposed to play. People will naturally gravitate towards the fun part of any game, which is why.
Did you hear that? I'm gonna go back for a second because that's the biggest fucking bar I've heard.
Around how players actually play.
I didn't go back far enough.
It needs to step it up is practicality. Overwatch 2 needs to be developed around how players actually play Overwatch.
How the players actually play Overwatch
instead of developing the game around how you're supposed to play.
And not how you're supposed to play. Blizzard has their idea in their head of how this game should be played, but work it around the way that players are actually playing your fucking game. I mean, everything they've done so far is the way that they want it to kind of be done. And it focused more on that competitive scene rather than the original Overwatch, which was just a fucking blast.
People of any game, which is why even in Diamond they still refuse to push the fucking payload.
Nobody pushes the payload ever.
Payload because it's boring.
Boring as fuck.
Defense always overextend and get caught way out because they want to get kills, which is fun to do. The solution isn't to embrace players' selfish instincts, but instead to trick them into playing like a team with selfish rewards.
Trick 'em.
About the only info Blizzard has given us on the new PvP is that tanks are going to be more like DPS, healers are going to be tankier, and DPS are going to be faster. These changes sound like a direct response to the role queue.
I think I've kind of noticed that a little bit.
Let's say it's 7 p.m. If you want to play a match of Overwatch in role queue as a DPS character, you can get into a match about 10 p.m. the next day. If you have the fast pass.
If you have the fucking fast pass.
That's the prize you get for playing tank or healer because nobody wants to play those roles.
Yeah.
Why not? Because all of the fun characters
are DPS,
which is also more than half the roster. Fast Pass is a
I like
practical
playing tank.
solution to excessive roll queue times, which is in turn a solution to...
Can you not be Hanzo, dude?
Hanzo, will you please swap?
Yeah, I don't know if we need a Hanzo.
Could we not have a Widow?
I said toxic
not
shit.
play Bastion so you can kill.
It didn't take people a long time to suck all the fun out of Overwatch. It went from being the game with all these unique characters to the game where if you don't pick the
If you didn't play the fucking meta, people would scream at you.
There are good characters and characters that are virtually useless, but once people started caring about which characters were good, you saw Overwatch.
Widowmaker is pretty dog shit.
Tracer, she can dash around, her pistols make this cool sound effect, and she can rewind time. She is one of the most...
Oh, Donkey, you sweet, lovable, beautiful boy. He rewound himself. That's high quality. I doubt he edited his own thing, but that's high quality editing as I pull this nose hair.
Her pistols make this cool sound effect, and she can rewind time. She is one of the most
Fire.
exciting characters in the game. In 6,000 matches of playing Overwatch, I have seen 5 people do good on Tracer. Overwatch 2
Same.
is not going to magically balance every
I have like an
character
hour on
skill.
Tracer.
It's never going to happen. But Blizzard, seriously? Is this the best you can do? Widowmaker is one of the worst characters.
Dog shit.
Nope. Don't even try to argue. Everybody knows Widowmaker sucks. So here you have this horrible, terrible, unplayable, garbage character called Widowmaker. What does Blizzard do? They give her the worst ultimate in the game.
Yep.
They give the worst character in the game the...
You don't need that infrared sight. You can make an argument about how it's beneficial, but it's not. And there are really good Widowmaker players, and it's cool to see those clips of them getting the headshots, but it's always open. It's always the beginning of the game or like mid-game. But once the team actually starts pushing, you're not going to play Widowmaker for that long. You're just not. She's too squishy. You're not hitting those shots consistently. She's not good.
The worst ultimate in the game. Then you have Junkrat, one of the best characters in the game.
Junkrat's dope
Here
as
is
fuck.
his ultimate.
Yep. Yeah, come.
Unbalanced
So
characters are
fucking
just the
good.
tip of the iceberg, though. What about steamrolls? Multiplayer games are at their best when both teams have a decent chance of winning.
They're going
How
back
often
and
do you
forth.
boot up Overwatch, come out of a match and say, "Damn, that was a good match."
1 in 10.
Steamrolls suck ass. They are not fun, and they are very frequent. It isn't fun to obliterate a helpless team, and it's especially not fun to get completely dominated by a much better team.
Let me reiterate that. It's not fun to wait 10 minutes to win in 2. Or to wait 10 minutes and get beat in a minute and a half. It's not fun. It's just not. You're not really playing the game at that point. It's, yeah.
I think Roll Queue was Blizzard's attempt to make matches more of a tug of war, but it's really disheartening to sit through that extended queue time.
Mm-hmm. It just doesn't
Just
stop.
to play a 40-second steamroll match anyway.
Exactly.
Nearly every Overwatch match is decided by positioning and timing.
That
Can
shit
your
right there
team
was
sync
so
up
good.
enough to push? Can you get your flankers and your front line moving in at the same time? If not, you lose. Overwatch 2 needs to give individuals
That's
a
that fun
smaller
shit right
something
there.
to accomplish. Maybe set up some side objectives like Heroes of the Storm. This way you can alternate between objectives and force teams.
And Heroes of the Storm was a really good game as well until they fucking try to make it competitive instead of just having it be a fun game. It could have been the non-competitive point-and-click MOBA, but instead they wanted to be in the competitive scene with League of Legends and Smite and whatever the Dota, whatever the fuck else is out there. I don't know. And it failed.
To move around and adapt instead of just tunneling through one choke point the entire match. I think you could sidestep a lot of the issues that Overwatch has with the co-op experience. However, people don't seem very excited for co-op. When you say co-op shooter nowadays, people think Destiny, Division, Anthem.
Division's
Fallout
garbage.
76. It doesn't inspire a lot of
Fallout
confidence.
76 is
But what if
garbage.
I said Overwatch meets Left 4 Dead? See, now you're like, okay.
Yeah!
The co-op in the original Overwatch was a gimmick. It was something you played
Yes.
once, you went, oh, that was kind of neat, and then you never touched it again.
Never played. That shit comes in rotation every year, and I never play it.
Intensity
I played it once. I don't need to play it again.
Wasn't there. The AI robots felt like they were just spawning.
Cannon
out the
fodder.
day. They would just walk
Literal
to their
cannon
spot and
fodder.
Stand there while you destroyed wave after wave of them. You look at something like Doom. The enemies are so engaged.
They're in your
because they're all
ass.
bouncing around the map in their own way. If you get too close,
Trying to get that pussy.
if you run away, they'll chase you.
Yep.
Overwatch, the enemies are like big Yoshi. They're just sitting there. In the new
Yoshi.
Overwatch 2 video, Jeff Watch said, and I quote, Yeah, we know the AI sucks ass, but maybe it won't suck ass later. They're showing all of these different types of enemies, like the fly guy and the bomb dog
Optimistic
and
music.
the smoker. There's a little clip of Lucio blasting robots into the side of a wall. They showed this badass technology where you can shoot robots into each other.
I like that. That's
You can shoot
fucking
the
sick.
legs off of a robot. They're saying there's going to be 100 different co-op missions. There's a lot to get excited about, and it's getting easier now to imagine the incredible game Overwatch 2 could be. But what it could be, or what it would be, Jeff
Could
Watch.
be.
Make your move. Bye-bye.
Make your move, bye-bye. He's got a point. He's got a fucking point, because Overwatch sucks. You're bad at every multiplayer game. So, he's got a point. Overwatch 2, the beta doesn't feel like Overwatch 2. It feels like a fucking World of Warcraft update. It feels like Overwatch, I don't know, 1.5, 1.2. It's not Overwatch 2. It's not a 2.0. It's a 1.1. It's just a fucking basic update. It's like when they did 9.2 for Shadowlands in World of Warcraft. You just added one new character. You reworked a couple people. You didn't make changes to a lot of people. And now we're in this place where we have new maps. I think most of the maps just changed like their time. And that's really it. I like the 5v5 feels weird not having the second tank. You feel kind of weird as a tank. You don't feel too responsible for your team. Healers don't care about you too much so far in the beta. The scoreboard's a nice touch. But like what he's saying is the main focus is going to be the PvE, and that's what I want to play. I think that's what I'm looking forward to is the PvE. Level up your character, make them super broken, get in the game, get some kills, look cool, but hopefully it's not repetitive to where it's like, oh, well, I played through all the content. Here's my soldier build. I have to replay through all the content to level up Reaper now, and it's going to be repetitive like their seasonal events are. That's what I'm hoping it doesn't do, but it probably will. Donkey never disappoints. I'm excited to see this video. I'm going to watch this next. It's Overwatch 2, a pathetic preview. He just posted this 2 days ago. And so, yeah, we're going to watch this and just see his thoughts about it. It should be interesting. All right.